Welcome to another tutorial. Now, as promised, from this tutorial we'll be starting to write some code. So before we can write anything, we need to create a new file. There are two ways of doing that. Either you can go to File, New and click Source File, or you can go to this button right here and click Source File. So the very first thing which we need to save our file as a .c file. So let's go ahead and save it. Go to File, Save As. Wherever you want to save it, I'll just name my file hello, and just make sure that you save it with a .c extension, right? So there we go. And now as we can see, the file has been saved with the name hello.c. Okay, so let's start writing something, right? Now what happens is that whenever we are trying to learn a new programming language, it is basically a tradition that the very first piece of code which we write is used to display the text hello world on the screen. So that is what we are going to do in this one. Now before actually writing hello world, we need to include a few files for our thing to work, right? So these files are basically called header files. As you can see, they have a .h extension. Now what is a header file? A header file basically contains some pre-written functions for us to use, right? Since in this case we want to display some text on the screen, so we need to interact with the monitor, right? So we did not write code for doing that. That code has already been written for us already, so we just need to use it. So for using that code, or this is basically the file where that code is written. stdio stands for standard input output, and .h again is the .header extension. Now hash here basically means preprocessor, which means that all the statements or all the instructions following hash are executed before everything else in the code. And include is a keyword which we'll be talking about in the next one. So the next and the most important part of a program is the main function. Now main function is basically the driver function of a program. Whenever we run our code, the control first passes to the main function, and we can redirect the control to anywhere else from within the main function. So this basically means that if you do not have a main function, your program will not run. So make sure that whenever you're writing a program, you have a main function in there. Now we wanted to print hello world on the screen. So the function used for printing anything is the printf function, and every statement in C ends with a semicolon. Right, so this is the general syntax of the printf function, and whatever text we put here between these two quotes is what is displayed on the screen. So we wanted to display hello world, so let's go ahead and type hello world in there. It's a smiley, of course. So now what this statement will do is it will simply print hello world on the screen. So let's run it and see if it runs properly or not. Alright, so there we go. We get a sweet decent hello world output on the screen, and this is basically the simplest program which one can write in C. So go ahead, try it out, make sure you write your name and everything else which you wish to on the screen, and I'll see you guys in the next one.